I've decided to go ahead with the indie genre, hence why I've chosen the music video of Paradise by Coldplay, which was released in 2011. Coldplay are one example of how successful British artists and bands are around the world. Established in 1996 by Johnny Buckland and lead singer Chris Martin, Coldplay have gone on to become a worldwide phenomenon. In their 18 years as a band, they have had more success than they have wished for. Awards have flown into their CV, including 8 Brit Awards and a huge 7 prestigious Grammy Awards. They were first an indie band, but as reputation increased, they moved into the mainstream market. And because of Coldplay's relaxed and constant theme to their music, the audience ranges from young to old, which also has an impact on their success. With research completed, I found out that the target audience ranges between 13 all the way to 50-year-olds, both gender neutral. At first, with their style of music, it seemed as if their audience was an old one due to their relaxed theme of music. However, as recognition grew and more people from a younger age began to take interest, the target audience widened. Examples of this are from the song Paradise, which I will analyze. The meaning and tune appeals to both young and old. On Twitter, they have a huge total of 13.9 million, approaching 14 million followers. And on Facebook, they are just approaching 39 million likes. And the demographics show the popularity of Coldplay that they have gained in recent years. Twitter has only recently become popular in 2010, as well as Facebook, because they are being used by young adults. And also, young adults have been using YouTube to listen to their music. So YouTube channels including Vivo and sometimes their own band's official YouTube channel, such as Coldplay's official YouTube channel. Coldplay are currently, as from the start, contracted with the institution and record label that is Parlophone record labels. Parlophone record labels were formed in 1896, so they do have experience in the music industry. Although Coldplay are already heavily successful, they have the conglomerate Warner Music Group as an institution for support. This has an impact on the release of their music videos. If Coldplay weren't as successful, the institution would have had an impact on their success. However, this is subverted when it comes to Coldplay, because you can argue that it is them who have increased the popularity of Coldplay, of Parlophone, of the Parlophone record label in recent years, along with other artists. Because of this, it has allowed Parlophone to collaborate with the conglomerate named the Warner Music Group. Now moving on to the analysis of the music video that is on Coldplay's Paradise. I have chose this music video because it is arguably Coldplay's best song they have written in recent years. The Scientist, Clocks, and Viva La Vida, many would argue, are the best. However, in recent years, Paradise has become an anthem. Since the music video is created on such short notice, the cost must be low as it shows. Research shows on average it costs $5,000 to $15,000 to produce a music video for an average indie artist, but as popular as Coldplay are, this figure is expected to increase massively. However, watching the music video once more, I predicted that it cost about £18,000 because of the props, time and budget, etc. Although Coldplay have the money from the institutions and the band itself to produce a mega music video, they followed indie genre conventions for Paradise as being a low budget music video. Coldplay Paradise was released on 12th of September 2011 as a single and part of their album Milo Zolotto. Once the album got released fully and officially on 2011 October, the song then hit the charts and stayed there for 51 weeks and reached the top of the UK charts on its 10th week in 2012. The music video itself was supposed to be directed by Harold Hype Williams, who has worked with numerous famous artists such as Tupac, Jay-Z and Kanye West, and also on Coldplay's last hit before Paradise, Viva La Vida. But however, due to unforeseen circumstances, Coldplay went towards Matt Whitecross to direct the whole music video, and straight away shooting began instantly going ahead with Chris Martin's plans. Straight away we know from the music video that it is within the indie genre, because it is very whimsical seeing seeing a person in an elephant costume as part of a music video. This is a convention of the indie genre because of the low budget. For majority of the music bands, they tend to make it more memorable and unforgettable for the viewer. And an example of this is shown on Ylvis the Fox, where he is wearing a fox costume, and because of the song itself and the music video, it has become very memorable and viral across the world. And also, another convention of indie music was the theme of having performance in a music video. Coldplay have their performance aspect in this music video, and that is shown towards the end of this one, as you can see here. Because indie artists are passionate about their music, is what they love doing. One example of an indie music band using performance as the whole music video is Come Alive from FMLYBND, as you can see here. Not only would it exist to illustrate their love for their own music and for the genre, but it's also a method of promotion. This method of promotion is to illustrate to indie audiences that they enjoy what they like doing best, which is to perform for the love of the music, and to show how it'd be like to watch an indie band live, which is why Coldplay used the elephant costume in their concert, as you can see here, to illustrate that this concert is based on the song Paradise. Moving on to the narrative. From first viewing, it's about an elephant, how he escapes and gains freedom, which is what he's been looking for a long time. There are several narrative theories which can link to the music video. Firstly is Todorov theory, which can relate to the music video. This is a theory about the storyline of a music video, starting with the equilibrium, disequilibrium, and a resolution. Paradise's equilibrium is when the elephant is stuck in what looks like a zoo and escapes, as it's this bit here. Although this may be a resolution within itself because he has escaped, this brings me on to the disequilibrium, where the problem occurs. And the disequilibrium is when he's trying to look for a new home, and that is what occurs in the whole music video. Here he's just trying to find a place, he's trying to look for support, but he just can't seem to find it. And no one seems wanting to help him. And as for the resolution, it's when he finally finds his companions towards the end, in this scene here. Another theory which assists the music video is Vladimir Prop's theory of character roles. You can argue that in this music video, the main actor is the man in the elephant suit, and he could also be the princess and the hero in the music video, as he is the one in danger, making him the princess, then sets himself free, and solving the resolution, illustrating the heroic side to prop theory. Furthermore, a group of elephants at the end are helpers, who are his friends as well, because they are the ones who help him solve the main elephant's problem of isolation. Finally, there's another theory associated with Coldplay's Paradise, and that's Claude Levi-Strauss's binary oppositions. A binary opposition represented in this music video is captivity versus freedom. Here he is in captivity, and in the end, here he is in freedom. The elephant is seen in captivity and stuck, and as I mentioned, towards the end, he gains freedom by escaping the torturous zoo according for the animal, here as shown by the elephant, and that denotes the Claude Levi-Strauss theory of binary oppositions. And since it's a linear narrative, we as the audience ask these questions and think of many connotations to answer this. Furthermore, Bach's theory of enigma code comes into play, as the audience want to know what would have occurred in the narrative, which may have been shown in a non-linear narrative. Straight away, Coldplay's Paradise subverts the conventions of a music video, as well as Andrew Goodwin's theory of music video analysis. In Paradise, Chris Martin, the lead singer, makes his first actual appearance in the 2 minutes 20 second mark, as I shall bring you right here. So from here onto 5 seconds ahead, that's the only appearance Chris Martin makes, which subverts Andrew Goodwin's theory of the star image. Andrew Goodwin's theory mentions that the demands of the record label will include the need for lots of close-ups of the artist, and the artist may develop motifs which recur across their work. This is subverted as the artists are hardly seen, as you can see there, which he was only seen for 5 seconds. And that is subverted because the star persona are wearing costumes, which means they're in a vigilante and can't be seen. Since the narrative is based on how an elephant escapes from the zoo in London all the way to African soil, that within itself connotes that there will be many ethnicities as well as their regional identities being represented in the music video. When the elephant was escaping from the zoo, he was being chased by Caucasian men, which is stereotypically British men, as you can see here. I mentioned that these men are Caucasian, which is stereotypically a white British male. And when he arrives at Africa to the shop, he is being served by a stereotypically black male. This connotes the diversity in the music video and the locations, sending a positive message that anyone can find freedom in if they fight for it, and it can apply to anyone regardless of their race and gender and wherever they come from. And this illustrates the diversity of this music video. As well as finding freedom, Coldplay's Paradise is about dreams that couldn't be found, which connotes paradise as an imagination in contrast to the life that gets so heavy, or in other words, the hardship of life. The lyrics begin with the girl, with this girl who expected the world, which connotes that she could have had everything, which is like female personalities who stereotypically want everything. As the lyrics go on, it shows how difficult life has become. This is shown in the verse, but it flew away from her reach. Perhaps she has grown older and matured to know about life's difficulties, hence why all her dreams are fading away. In order for her to escape her apparent troubled life, she has thoughts about her dreams once again. This connotation is from the verses. She closed her eyes in the night, the stormy night, away she fly. This is an order about how one realizes the reality of life, whereas in the music video itself, this is reversed. At the start, the elephant is trapped, and once he escapes, he is still miserable, but reaches his goal to find his companions. In contrast to the lyrics, where this girl starts off with positivity, ending in sadness, but looks upon her dreams and thinks about paradise. And this thoughts about paradise makes her feel better. This connotes that the lyrics don't match the video itself, making it a disjunctured music video. The whole music video is a metaphor in relation to the lyrics. Coldplay's Paradise begins with a series of shots showing the setting of Africa, and once the main beat begins, this is where the narrative begins. As you can see that as soon as the beat began, the shot straight away changed from freedom of African of the African setting all the way to the captivity of the zoo. The narrative starts at the zoo, where the elephant wants to escape from. The juxtaposition of shots, as you saw there, connotes that this is the destination, i.e. the dream for the elephant, a place where animals are free and there are no barriers. Whereas the next shot shows the reality where he really is, and that is where he is, stuck in a zoo. This connotes that the dreams can't be reality, as the lyrics suggest. However, the actual video shows that it can if you work hard to chase it. This can relate to a target audience who are passionate about music and likely to have ambitions to become successful. This shot contradicts the name of the song Paradise. As you can see, the elephant is locked up and kept confined, which is the complete opposite to paradise, where freedom and sovereignty lies. When the elephant escapes the beat in the background, the beat in the background becomes louder and the vocals begin. This suggests that because the elephant has escaped, the music follows this by becoming more upbeat and jovial, suggesting that the elephant has got what he has partly, which is freedom. The music video contains elliptical editing, which means a manipulation of time. This is after the elephant is finding it trouble to find his companions. The clouds and background setting begin to move in a fast speed, and also the beat of the music picks up its pace, which shows that time is moving on very fast, and it's taking quite some time for the elephant to reach his goal, which he eventually achieves. This sends out the message that it will take quite some time for one to reach their goal, but patience and hard work is required to do so, as shown in Coldplay's Paradise. If there was one weakness in the music video, it would be one of the strongest aspects in the music video itself, and that is being the narrative. It's a good concept which highlights the key issues of chasing a dream and how hard it may be. However, the variance of type of music video, amplified or disjunctured, and the actual plot may cause confusion for the audience. Going towards the audience, the target audience labeled earlier are from teens, both male and female, all the way to the adult age of 50 years old. The young adults can relate to this music video because they too are the age where they have ambitions to become successful and chase a dream that this girl in the lyrics of Paradise has dreamed of. As for the older audience, they may have already gone through what occurs in Coldplay's Paradise, and that depends on the actual person. If he or she has achieved their ambitions, then they can relate to the actual music video where the elephant is successful. Whereas on the other hand, if they haven't achieved what they have intended, then they can relate to the lyrics where the girl hasn't got what she has always dreamed of. Overall, Coldplay's Paradise has a little bit of everything. As you would expect from a music video. And I have learned about the conventions of an indie music video that are seen in Paradise. The key convention is the use of performance, as I mentioned, that was seen in the song Come Alive, and the use of props, which was seen in the Fox. So that shows that the conventions are being used in the music video Paradise. The key convention is the use of performance. Although there isn't much in the video in comparison to narrative, the performance aspect is still there. I have considered this idea and may use it in my music video, but instead of having it in the end, I am considering using it throughout the whole music video, and I believe there should be cut throughout the video going from narrative to performance throughout. Another feature was having a star image as part of Good in Theory instead of a 5-second cameo in Coldplay's Paradise. The mise-en-scène is strong in this video with location and props used to full effect, but there is a range of mise-en-scène used in Paradise. This makes the video less dull and gives it better viewing for the audience because the shots aren't similar to each other. For example, the settings are different from London to South Africa. This will lead on to my music video having faster cuts, which aren't seen as much in Paradise, and using all types of mise-en-scène in my music video. Paradise by Coldplay has highlighted what I may include and what I could avoid in my music video, but it's more likely that I might include most features because it's a very unique music video and the song sends out many connotations. I believe my music video can become successful as Paradise if I follow the steps of this music video and can produce a music video as great as Coldplay's Paradise. Thanks for listening.